This video is brought to you by The Vampire Goes to the Dentist, available on iTunes, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Smashwords. Physical copies available on Amazon and at Radar Toys in Eugene, Oregon. Hey guys, Jake.
Hey, Ben Regan.
Grandma's back there. We're headed out to see Brightburn. Let's go. I know the little security officers hate it when I do
there's
this.
probably spoilers for a lot of stuff in this video, just so you know. Give you the alert right now.
Yeah, if you're not up to date on any of the shows, movies, anything, don't watch this video. Not that you are watching it anyway, but
or you could just get to those parts and then stick your fingers in your ears and go la 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 until it's done. It's up to you. So I was extremely disappointed at that Game of Thrones ending.
I liked it.
It was, to me, it was okay. I felt that the whole Targaryen aspect of him being a Targaryen was just kind of like, oh, he's a Targaryen, and we're gonna do absolutely nothing with that,
Right?
Except for have Valerius kill. Is that his name, Valerius or Varys?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting his damn name. Varys. Let's just have him killed because of it, and not have his little birds do what little birds do.
Right.
And spread the word, and let's not have a revolt.
And they just kind of glossed over what happened after Jon Snow kills Daenerys and then walks out.
He got put in jail.
Well, what did he do? Just like turn himself in? Grey
Yeah,
Worm just
was he
said,
just-
"Oh man, that sucks. I guess you're under arrest now."
Well, that, and like, who found him? Why didn't he say somebody else killed him or killed her? Or
Right,
Like,
or-
I mean, like, come on, man.
It just,
How did they even find out? Didn't Dragon take the body?
Yeah, the dragon took her.
Yeah.
I knew he
So-
was going to have to kill her though last week, the week before. I knew he was going to have to kill her. Because she
Well-
just kept saying, I'm the queen. You don't tell nobody that you're the real king. And all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, yeah. A lot of people saw that Mad Queen thing coming, and
But one thing I don't like is that everybody on the line saying, "Oh, the bells made her go crazy, and that she just snapped like that." No.
No.
Did you watch the entire fucking series? She's been beaten and fucking raped, and
right, yeah,
you
all
know,
that.
she made really good friends, and they died, and then
She's
you know,
a conqueror. She's not really a ruler so much as a conqueror.
she was slowly going crazy over 8 fucking seasons. What do you mean she just snapped?
Well, I don't know, man. It seemed a bit more of a dramatic turn in this one. It just didn't seem like the Daenerys we've grown to know.
Well, no, I get that, but you also have to realize that she just lost 2 people that meant like the world to her.
Right.
You know, and then Cersei was fucking like using innocence to try to control her.
Well, that's
know?
true, yeah.
And she just fucking snapped.
But the moment
it's just
the
like the
moment
Joker
that the bells
and Harley
rang,
Quinn. Nobody's mad that they snapped on one day, but everybody's mad that she did.
the moment that those bells rang, the moment that those soldiers dropped their swords, that war was over.
No, yeah, I agree, totally.
Everything that happened
But-
afterwards was the queen doing that to her subjects.
No, yeah, I agree with that, but I just don't get why everybody's so upset that she snapped. I mean, that's what was supposed to happen. That's where they were
I mean,
leading
okay,
up to
I could see
for 8 seasons.
I could
It
see
didn't just
that,
happen.
but I don't know. if I could have a few instances of her being cruel to an innocent person before,
I think what done
but it just like, huh?
Well, not
What really
everybody
done
that she was
her-
trying to free
made
was
him have to
not
really
innocent.
kill her is when he says, what about everybody else? And she says, they're not going to have a choice.
Well,
That sealed
right.
the deal.
Well,
He
it's
had to
what
kill her.
Tyrion said. They're dangerous.
Well, he was
she
trying to
believes
get
she's
her-
right.
He was trying to get her to say what he wanted her to say, but she was like, "No, nobody's going to have a choice. They're going to do what I want them to do.
Yeah, so what?
And that's what.
Better than that they were.
Yeah, that's what like really made
Right.
him like, okay, that time to kill her now.
Right. Oh, she was also talking about doing that to every major city in Westeros.
Yeah.
She said, "Let's do this everywhere. We're gonna go to Winterfell and do this. We're gonna go to Dorne and do this."
I don't think Jon understood any of that shit though. Only
No.
Tyrion understood that, along with all the others. Because I don't think Jon spoke.
I thought it was weird that Tyrion chose the next king and the next and the method of succession. He was a prisoner.
Yeah.
Why is he out there choosing who the king is?
I don't see why Jon just didn't kill Great Worm. He could have like.
Well, that's what I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see,
Dark Dragon.
you know, John getting like taken by the guards, right? And then like the North revolting, and freaking there's a big war between the North and the forces of Daenerys, you know, and
I didn't need a big war. I just wanted a rebellion of
or
Jon Snow followers. and-
how about
Yeah.
one thing that Kit Harington posted on his Twitter was that he said I would have liked to have seen Jon Snow fight Grey Worm in a trial by combat.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
But did you see the stuff going around on Twitter and Instagram and all that, where the first like artwork of oh hell, what was his name? The first dude. It's
Ned
been
Stark.
since season 1.
Ned Stark.
Okay? Ned Stark, yeah, where
Yeah.
Ned and the crow were
The
sitting
Crow,
on the
yeah.
throne, and it's like win or die, and the crow won and he died.
Right?
That's
I thought that was
hilarious.
kind of a bad choice. And then what was up with Sansa? My brother sits on the Iron Throne, but screw you, I'm still not joining.
Yeah.
It's my family, right? But yeah, I don't care.
Well, she wanted to be. That was her goal since fucking season 5 or 6, where she just wanted the North to be separate from everybody else.
Right,
So
right. But still, it was like, I mean, if your own family's the
the new king.
right, that was just a greed thing. She was greedy,
I don't know. I liked it.
and you know,
I liked Sansa. She was Sansa and
I honestly had her pegged for someone who was planning something on the side for the moment when Daenerys turned evil. She kept going to the side with that one guy. She kept the people of the Vale from the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought she had like this plan to ride in and save the day at the last second. None
Yeah.
of that panned out.
I would have liked to see something like that, but that was the only real issue that I had was the whole Targaryen, Jon Snow angle. Like they just told you that
Cersei
he
had a
was,
very unsatisfying death.
Was it though?
It was for me.
I
I wanted to
mean-
see her roast, or at least a big brick come and smush her like a bug.
You wanted to see it.
I wanted to. She caused so much pain and misery throughout the whole show. I wanted to see her get a little bit.
I think it was pretty bittersweet because they both died at the same time and they were both in love, you know, with how nasty that was and everything. But they both died the same exact way and together. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. That
They could have
just got
roasted in a
smashed.
dragon fire together too. I mean,
Yeah, but
they
how many-
deserved so. She deserved so much worse. And then Jamie had this whole redemption arc that was just thrown out the window at the very last second.
I don't think so, because that was what he always done. Is he would go one way and try to be good, and then he would hear about Cersei, and then he would go back to her. He did that several times during the entire series,
Well, yeah, but
and that's exactly what he did again. So it was same old Jamie. That's same old.
he,
my opinion.
he's like,
My opinion.
He's like, I'm sorry,
Shut up!
Brienne.
Stop not leaving comments about my opinion.
He says, I'm sorry, Brienne. She's way hotter than you.
She's my sister.
Right?
No wonder Joffrey was so damn ugly. Jesus. I didn't know what to think of that. I'm not trying to like be a bully or anything, but
Oh man.
Damn.
I wanted to curb stomp Joffrey so many times.
okay. So let's get off of Game of Thrones and into the Sonic. We mentioned that last time. How
So-
terrible it was.
They fixed it.
And
Yeah.
they're gonna fix it.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? They may not be able to fix like the actual storyline. And,
No, none of that's
And-
getting changed. Just special effects.
well, no, I know. I'm saying they may not. It may still be a bad movie,
Right.
you know. But at least Sonic will hopefully look decent.
Right.
And not
I
like
saw
a weird
little
alien.
clip of Jim Carrey looking like Dr. Eggman
Yeah, towards the end, he kind of looks like
with the mustache all blown out to the side.
Yeah, somebody did a really, really good job with putting in the animated Sonic
Uh-huh.
in its place, in the place of the CG.
So that's what I
one.
saw. That's not the fix.
That's not the fix. No,
Oh.
that was just somebody, some brilliant genius out there, doing it on their own to show us what it can look like. And frankly, it made it 1,000 times better, in my opinion. Again, but yeah, I think that's. I think that's going to make the movie so much better.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bad movie, it could have been much worse with this Sonic. And they pushed it back 2 months so they can work on it.
Well, the PlayStation Plus's free game this month is a Sonic game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check that out. I used to play, Sonic the Hedgehog a lot. They were tough games towards, some of the earlier ones. I think they dumbed down the difficulty a little bit for some of the later ones, but
Yeah.
then they kind of went off on when they tried to go in 3D. They didn't do a very great job of it. I mean, they tried. Lord knows they tried. And
They could have done a Mega Man 10, what was it, 10, where it was a 3D, like fully 3D Mega Man.
Well,
that was really good.
They had the creator of Mega Man, the original creator, released a game that was supposed to be the spiritual successor of Mega Man, and it was like that. It was 3D and all that, but it was terrible.
Well, there was a 3D Mega Man game that was really good that I remember playing. I don't remember what system it was on because I'm old and I've played like every system known to man.
Was it like
But
X2 or something?
No, it was like 10.
Yeah.
And it was completely three-dimensional.
No, that
you could
wasn't.
go into a city, you can go into the sewer.
Oh, I know
And,
which one you're talking about.
run
And it
around.
was, yeah. I played the 3D Mega Man. Yeah, I beat that one.
loved
Yeah, that was
game.
fun. Yeah.
That was an amazing conversion from 2D to 3D. And I would have liked to seen a Sonic game go that well in 3D. And it was one of the first ones where he was like the center of the screen, and you just ran around, and the camera was behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike games today where you have to control the fucking camera for some reason.
I was one of the idiots that bought a Dreamcast.
I have a Dreamcast.
And do you still have a Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't have any. Well, I might have one game for it.
I
have 2 controllers and a
a
Dreamcast.
boxing game and a Sonic game, maybe a couple Sonic games, and I had one called Shenmue that was just amazing.
Oh yeah. Didn't I hear about something?
Oh yeah, they're releasing
A new version of it?
Yeah,
or
no, they're
remaster,
finally
or-
releasing the last chapter.
That's
Because
awesome.
Shenmue 1 was
I've never
an
played it,
amazing
but-
experience. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never played it.
I mean,
But
now
what I
it's-
hear is really good.
It's starting to look a little bit dated, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But Shenmue 1 was an amazing game.
Is it anything like the Yakuza games?
No, not at all.
Well, I love those games.
So it's kind of more of a... Alright, it's the first game to have the quick time events. I remember the first time I was playing Shenmue, and the very first QuickTime event was you had to press a button because a kid kicked a soccer ball in your direction.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got hit in the face. I was like, what the heck was that? But Shenmue was full of those little QuickTime events, and but it also had, so not to give too much away, in the story, you're trying to avenge your father who was killed by this kung fu guy, Lon D. Okay? So you vow vengeance on this guy, right? Well, there's these, he killed your father over these things, these artifacts, right? So your first mission is to follow him to China. Well, you can't get to China without getting a job, earning some money, basically living your life, right? And it was kind of like that, where you met some people, there was a storyline involved, and then you went to work. You're a forklift driver. You grab the box, stack it over there. Grab the box, stack it over there.
That sounds fun.
It was a great game. It was very story driven. It also had this cool little combat system that was kind of reminiscent of Virtua Fighter, where you had to meet with these karate masters and learn different moves, and then you use those moves against the bad guys where you're trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was a really great game and way ahead of its time. The graphics were amazing, and Dreamcast had this multi-layered graphic system where they could do like mouth, tongue, teeth, all moving separately and independently. When the next one came out, Shenmue 2, Dreamcast was dead, right? And it came out for the Xbox.
Now, I've never played an Xbox game besides Halo, and then I said, you know what, I'm not buying an Xbox.
Right? They turned the mouth and teeth and tongue and all that into puppet.
Oh, gotcha.
And it really just, the graphics were downgraded severely to fit with the Xbox's systems. And
so what you're saying is the Dreamcast was more powerful than the Xbox?
Oh, absolutely. I have 100% no doubt that was the case. The Dreamcast was a fierce machine, and
for its time.
And it was ahead of the 64. It was ahead of the PlayStation, but
the only
Sony just couldn't keep up with it.
Well,
Sega.
Sony had deals with Nintendo and Sega, I believe, and then they just went off on their own.
Well, the original PlayStation was designed for Nintendo to match the Sega CD.
Yeah.
And they spent the money to develop the technology, right? And then at the very last second, Nintendo said, "No, screw that, I'm out."
Yeah.
And Sony said, "Oh, really? Well, okay then.
We'll go do our
Introducing the PlayStation."
And then the PlayStation 2 outsold everything.
Right.
And now the Nintendo Switch is outselling everything.
Well, Nintendo had to change their model up. Nintendo is, we are for kids.
Well, even though it's not an original thought, because PlayStation actually did the whole mobile home thing first, because you could, there was a cable for the, I believe it was the PSP, that you could take the PSP and plug it into your TV and play it.
Well, actually, the Dreamcast did that first.
Did it?
Yep. The Dreamcast had a little thing that you could slide into your paddle, and it had a little screen on it, and you could take that out and play little games and stuff.
Yeah,
on
that's not the same thing.
It's not. It's not. But
that's like taking one of those.
It's the
freaking,
prototype.
That was like taking one of those freaking what do they call it? The little thing where you hatch an egg and you feed it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that's what that is. That was not that was nowhere near the same thing. And that little cartridge is also the memory card for for the Dreamcast too. I've got two. I think I've got one or two of
So
those.
we're here to see James Gunn's Brightburn, by the way.
So we're here, and we will continue this when we're done.
Yep.
See you later. All right, guys. We just got back from Brightburn. We will try to keep the first part of it spoiler free, and then we will warn you before we start spouting out spoilers. First, did we like it?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Grandma? Yeah.
In a very dark, evil kind of way.
I liked it. It definitely, I give it like a 7 out of 10. Because there was things that I really, really liked, and no movie, in my opinion, is perfect. I wish I knew more about him.
Yeah, I think that
You
that's
know? I mean, for an origin story, you didn't really learn a whole lot about his origin.
right.
But I think that was pretty much the only big issue that I had, besides like him. So it didn't like tell us when he got his powers, how he got his powers, because he obviously didn't have his powers when he was a baby, or did he? Because he said he didn't bleed his entire life.
Right.
So
He never blues. He never bled. He never
yeah,
did see
so I would imagine that he would have had his powers as a baby, and he would have broke something. You know, like the strength
or something. Yeah.
something. So that was the only couple of issues. That's why I subtracted some stars from it because of that. Oh, by the way, I hope you like my lighting, or our lighting. We did a little work, and then hopefully next video we'll have microphones, so you'll be able to hear us a lot better.
Yep.
But yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. What kind of a rating would you give it?
I give it an 8.
An
There
8?
was a few things in there that I just some questions that never get answered, like you said, and some really purposely thick adult figures that should have caught on earlier.
Yeah, much earlier. Yeah, for sure. The gore was fantastic.
Oh, brutal.
Fantastic. If you
Oh.
guys are a fan of James Gunn and you saw Super, just fantastic gore. It has some really great jump scares too.
This is a
Jump
horror
scares-
movie. This is not a superhero movie.
Jump scares don't normally scare me and make me jump, but this one got me twice.
Yeah.
So I was very happy about that, and it's really hard to get me to jump, because nowadays it's a fucking cat all the time,
Or yeah, right?
you know, something stupid.
That stupid cat keeps hiding in everybody's closet.
He's in every fucking movie, man. All right,
They should do a
spoilers.
movie about that.
Just a fucking scary cat that shows up
The
everywhere.
scary cat that's in everybody's closet. Yeah.
So spoilers.
Here comes the spoilers. Yes. So if you don't want any spoilers, now's the time to fast forward to the end of the video, and then like and subscribe anyway.
So,
Dude, man. Holy crap, the
where
sheriff.
do you start?
The sheriff.
Oh, he got.
He got.
Oh man, I
He got
love the
creamed.
fucking the jaw thing.
Oh, the jaw.
That
That was.
was just-
Oh, that was so
That
brutal.
was so. That made my
Man.
fucking jaw hurt,
Right?
man.
That's
I
what
was
happens
not
when-
expecting
That's
that.
what happens when you don't have airbags.
Or wear your seatbelt.
So the parents
Wear your seatbelt.
are teaching this kid, right? And he gets a very horrible advice from his dad, which is, if you have urges,
These parents
just go
were
ahead
decent parents.
and act on them.
They were decent parents. He had no reason to be a fucking asshole.
Oh no, but he had no empathy.
Yeah.
That was something I think he might have been born without.
Yeah, that was probably his alien.
Yeah, he did.
Side.
That, and he was being manipulated by whatever programming was in that ship too.
Yeah, that's a lot of things that again wasn't really explained, like what was going on with the ship,
Right.
where it was from. There was a lot of questions that I hope to God we get a second movie in this universe, because I would really like to know a lot more.
Right. Well, I have a
Even
feeling
though-
we might, because of the clip at the end that showed a bunch of other people too that were all wearing costumes. And
Yeah,
stuff.
like little weird, quirky kind of possible horror
like a evil
characters
Justice
that could
League.
be. Yeah, exactly. That could possibly be a full universe. I think if this movie does pretty well, because it couldn't have cost that much money to do this
Who
little
was that
movie.
that was flatted up against the wall when the mom went down to that ship?
That was the girl's mom.
Yeah, that was the waitress.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that he opened up
Oh, yeah.
right in front of the ship and stuff.
It's all dissected. And
Yeah, that was crazy.
normally kids have like a porn book under their bed. Here
Well, I
he's-
mean,
he's got.
he kind of did.
Well, yes.
Kind of did.
He got to feel her on the inside, I guess.
You bring me closer.
Man.
But
And then the mom just refusing to believe any of it. Which, okay, that's I can see that. A mom would do that.
yeah, any mom, even if you were,
If they really loved their kid,
an
they wouldn't
adopted
believe the
mom,
worst about
so-
them.
Yeah. But see, I knew the dad was going to go into the woods and try to shoot him, because that's probably what I would do
Yeah,
if I felt my kid was killing people. My adopted kid was killing people.
Right.
I'd probably shoot myself before I shot myself.
And the mom could have,
I love
brought up the fact that he did bleed before when he was saying that.
Well, no, that was
Oh, that was just before that, huh?
before that.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened before that.
Still, she could have mentioned it.
Yeah. But see, what was that ship made out of that made him bleed?
Kryptonite.
It wasn't This isn't fucking Superman.
I know, but it was his kryptonite.
Right. No, I get that. But, well, it was a
It was
part
wrecked.
hanging off.
Yeah.
But, what was it? Like, what kind of metal was it? Let's explore this character a little bit.
I mean,
You know,
and she should have
where
done
is
the
it
Jon
from?
Snow, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she tried to do the backstab, and of
Yeah,
course.
I mean, come on. The dude's flying around and fucking flying through walls and, fucking killing everybody. And
You think he ain't gonna notice you doing that?
well, you think he's not fast enough to stop you?
I do like it when the bad guy wins. That doesn't happen often enough in movies, and I do dig that.
No, that's what I liked about the Truth or Dare movie. Because that had an unexpected ending that I was not expecting. The movie wasn't all that great, but the ending was really decent, and I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
Check it out if you hadn't seen it. It's an unusual ending, and I really enjoyed the way it ended and how they did that. But this one was pretty unique also. Again, big spoilers if you don't want to know how it ends. The whole airplane thing was freaking genius. He's
Yeah.
like, ooh, an airplane. I'll throw that in my house and kill everybody,
Well, it's a good way to cover it up.
Yeah. And that's funny, too. That scene is actually in the trailer. So they show you the very ending of the movie in the trailer.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Because I was, like, wondering through it. I'm like, when's he on an airplane? Like, does he travel somewhere? Like, what's going on? But it was the ending of the freaking movie where he throws an airplane into that.
I think I would have liked to seen that, though, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of
yeah.
skipped over
It
it.
sucks that you didn't see what happened. It just kind of cut from him seeing the airplane to the airplane crashed in the house already, all the debris everywhere already.
Right.
That probably would have cost them a whole shit ton of
And
money.
it kind of skipped over the whole finding the kid and the chip. And not that I'm complaining about that, because I've seen like a Superman story origin like 100 times.
But they didn't, because they showed it in his dream, remember?
Yeah.
And that was,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
they probably didn't want to do, a Batman where you see the, death of Martha and
Yeah.
and What's his name?
Thomas.
The father.
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yep.
I thought you said Thomas.
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 Jeffrey
That's
Thomas.
No
wonder
Wayne?
Batman is so weird, man.
Thomas Wayne? That's just hilarious. Is that gonna be Robert Pattinson's name?
Probably, right?
He does
Oh, man. No, his name is Bat Sparkles.
The sparkly bats. He's gonna. I can't be in daylight because I sparkle. I sparkle.
He's
Gonna have
sparkly.
sparkly wings. Sparkly little ears.
Don't tell me he goes up against the Wolfman, right?
Name Jake.
Batman versus the Wolfman, you know?
Name Jake though. Is his name Jake? Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Jacob, huh?
Yeah. Or maybe he'll go up against Man-Bat, so you'll have a real bat that doesn't sparkle versus a Batman that does sparkle.
Or maybe they'll do the Vampire Batman storyline.
Yeah. I'm just teasing. I don't know how he's gonna be as Batman.
All I know is that I've seen him in Twilight, and that's it. And in Twilight, he played a sparkly, kind of effeminate vampire that was creeping on little girls.
Yeah, like a 500-year-old vampire creeping up on a 16-year-old.
Right? That's not weird at all.
But I hear he was good in other movies. I haven't had any desire to see him in other movies. But I'm definitely not going to judge because I judged really, really hard on Heath Ledger. And he turned out to be the best Joker, in my opinion, than anybody else.
You know, I try not to judge too. But
it's hard.
Here lately, they've been getting it right.
Yeah.
You know, people have been seeing things and they've been like, this is going to suck, and then it sucks.
Well, yeah. But also, you know, I mean, it's a 50-50, chance that it's a good movie or a bad movie. You know, we went through how many freaking bad DC movies before we got a good one out of Shazam? You know? I can't even look. Superman Man of Steel wasn't great. I mean, it was
Man of Steel,
it was okay.
It just wasn't true to the characters.
It wasn't.
You know, and this is what happened with the last Airbender movie.
Yeah.
The reason the people liked the show was because of the great characters. The storyline itself was a little weak.
Yeah.
But the characters were great, and people loved the characters, loved their attitudes, loved the way they acted, got to know them, really got to care for them. That's why they liked the show.
That's why I'm excited for the Netflix show too.
Right? Yeah.
It's done by the same people.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for that.
Everything, the music.
Now, is that a live action one, or is it another cartoon?
It's a live action. It's a live action. It's basically from what I gathered from what has been released and everything, and it's going to be a few years before it's released. But it's going to be pretty much the same thing. They might change things here and there. They might go deeper into someone's story arc than they did in the cartoon. Because I'm sure Netflix is going to want to stretch this as far as they can possibly stretch it.
Right. Depending on its success.
Even though they are canceling really good shows, The Ranch, they just said was going to have only a season 4, or end at season 4. Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh man.
Just really great shows, and not including the Marvel ones, because we do get Jessica Jones coming up. I'm not a huge fan of Jessica Jones.
Wait, what?
The action, what?
They didn't cancel that?
They did. It's canceled. It's just they've already done the third.
Oh, they've already done the next season now.
So they're gonna air that.
That was the worst of them, in my opinion.
Well, I don't really like the actress.
It was a very unlikable character.
The character herself
Yeah.
isn't bad. I just think the way it was portrayed in the show was bad.
It might be that, but
and again, I'm not the actress. She's a fine actress and everything. I just didn't think she fit the role very well of Jessica Jones. But
Luke Cage was the one I really was disappointed in because I loved the way that it was shot in the first and second season.
Mm-hmm.
It really brought out a lot of the 70s kind of film, you know.
Right.
And I really, really, really enjoyed those kind of movies. So I really enjoyed the Luke Cage seasons.
I was into the Iron Fist show.
The Iron Fist show sucked so bad. It's bad.
Yeah. But it still had
Like
more of a
10
plot
feet
than any
away.
of the other ones.
10 feet away and they would fall down.
Well, I'll take that back. Punisher was pretty good too.
Punisher and Daredevil were my two top ones.
Daredevil was good.
But Luke Cage I really liked. And
Daredevil
I really
had some
wanted to see
insane action scenes.
Oh yeah. That was great. I can't wait to see Daredevil again.
Oh yeah.
The guy that played Matt Murdock was amazing too.
Yeah.
It was really great.
I hope that Disney decides to go ahead and hire them people when all those shows move over to Hulu.
Yep. Sorry, that guy had his brights on. That's why you turn your brights off, asshole.
All right.
I just found out that Josh Brolin and Chris Evans and fucking Zoe, whatever her last
Saldana?
name is, yes, they're all going to be in Seattle June 28th, I think, or 23rd or 28th, somewhere around there, for the Ace Comic-Con. I did not know this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Tickets are a bit pricey. $550 to get a photo and a signature from Josh Brolin.
Gosh.
But I would love to take my 10-inch pop and get him to sign that, man. My 10-inch Thanos.
If we get 10,000 subscribers, we'll go and get those pictures and take you with us.
Yeah, for sure. You guys come with us. I mean, I'll highly doubt 10,000 subscribers in a few days.
That's why I'm making that promise.
I mean, that would be amazing if we got 10,000 subscribers. We would totally go as long as it's not sold out. Chris Evans was totally sold out completely.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. And Josh Brolin, I think, only had one like group left, and he only had like 5 tickets left.
Josh Brolin was my pick for Batman.
Josh Brolin?
I wanted him to be Batman.
That would be a good Batman. Too.
Yeah, he would have been awesome. But he said DC just don't have their act together, so he works for Marvel.
Is that what he really said?
No, I don't know. That's just
it wouldn't surprise me. If
he said
did
he would
say
never play Batman because it would be a stigma on his career, and it would typecast him for the rest of.
Yeah. Did he really say that?
Yeah, that's what he said. Because there was an online petition.
Yeah.
To make Josh Brolin back. Well, I saw this. It was a kind of a disturbing movie called Old Boy.
Oh yeah.
And in Old Boy, there was
a good
this
movie.
action scene, right? And when I saw Josh Brolin in this action scene, I said, "Man, he's got the look, he's got the moves. He should be the next Batman." And so I was the only one who said that. Somebody started a petition, and it got a lot of signatures. But no, he was like, no, that he made a statement saying that he wouldn't do Batman because, first of all, he don't want to be Batman like forever, like Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Well, he's the only one that really came out of it and didn't have that bad stigma attached to it. You know, everybody else, their careers kind of
Except George Clooney.
Right.
fizzled out.
Right.
Well, George Clooney, but I mean, it's George Clooney. He was bigger than Batman.
And I really liked. Was it the third Batman? Was it?
Can't even
Val
remember.
Kilmer. I really liked him as an actor, and Val Kilmer really ruined his career with that Batman movie.
Well, that also, what was it? Josh Brolin already played a DC character.
Who?
What's his freaking name? the cowboy with the freaking burn, like.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, see, nobody remembers.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah, Jonah Hex. There we go. Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
He played Jonah Hex, DC character. It didn't do well at all, even though it wasn't great.
Like this video. This video has been great. And if you think that this video has been great, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Hit the notification bell.
And share with all your friends on Twitter and Facebook. And
check out the Funkaholic also. She's awesome.
yes, check it out. All right, we're going to go. Until next time, this has been...
And Jake, drive to the movies.